We are weak people. We cannot handle the calamities like we have right now, things going on, and the whole world is so much worried right now. If this problem continue in our life for some period of time, think about what's going to happen. We will reach to the poverty level. We're not going to have any food in our home. If the hospital is going to be full of patients, and how they going to get the treatments and all these things. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa was'aha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't check people what they cannot do it. The problem comes, problems go. It's not something Allah will make something persistent. There are weathers. There is a hot weather. When it's a hot weather, it's difficult to tackle. But at the same time, the weather change and the spring come, and the autumn comes and the winter come. So all these weathers are changing by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if winter is so severe, it's not lasting the whole year, it is temporary. If the hot weather is so severe, yes, it is not lasting forever. Similarly, if there is a spring season, it's also temporary, mashallah. So our life is also like that. Sometime we are having like a spring time, sometime hot and cold severity, and sometime there is autumn. The leaves are falling and the trees are getting empty. Sometime we are losing, sometime we are gaining. Like in the spring, we are having the flowers and we are having the plants growing. So this is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show us a daily purpose. And one more thing, we need to understand that if we want to test our child, how much we can pressurize him up to a certain level. We understand as a parents that we cannot pressurize more than that. When we feel like this is overwhelming, then obviously parents relax. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also give relaxation if we having overwhelming situation like right now what is going on. So if we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that time, we seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way we are doing every day zikr, and we are making the dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah make the change. For Allah is so easy, just like in the night time when there is a dark all over, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changes into the brightness of the day. So things change by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we need to understand. And then same time we need to also understand sometime from the problems, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give also sustenance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also give benefits. First benefit is if you do sabr, inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Allah is with us. It's a maqam-e ma'iyyat. And what is reason is a sabr. And when there is a ma'iyyat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya and hereafter. But the problem is we are not doing the sabr. So same problem is coming and we do sabr a little bit, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the same problem Allah can give the benefits out of that. So this is something we need to understand. But if we are having no patience and we start complaining and we start reacting weird, and we lose the opportunity to get the benefits because of the that problem that we are facing at this moment. See, right now this coronavirus is coming, and maybe because of this coronavirus many people are dying. That's a severe thing. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving them a reward of a shaheed on the day of judgment. So what do you think? This person can get this reward? No. If a person is sick and severely sick and he end up into the hospitals, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the shifa, and after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the great reward for hereafter. So how it is possible? If a moment get little bit problems, just little pain, one day sickness, Allah forgive his sins. So how we can seek forgiveness? By having the problems. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the bounties and ni'mah and happinesses, and a person he use these happinesses and tackle all these things with the shukr and tackle according to the sharia, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also give him the best reward hereafter. So both ways are very favorable for the mankind. It's not unnecessary, and sometimes the problems come, and from the same problem Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also benefit.